Yeah, this looks like little advanced happening thing coming under fundamental. Wonderful. Then we will be talking about computer vision, and we will be talking about conversational uh, tools, which is like to do with old AI. This is new AI called generative AI. And then I will go into the direction of natural language processing, which is actually a bigger umbrella. Under that, you have generative AI. So obviously, I have to talk about that. So this is like little step back, looking at history. This is where we are seeing how the new thing gets connected, the new things get wired with the old. That's where we call it as AI landscape. And then, of course, little discussion about what kind of real world use cases I'm seeing it myself, and I'm involved in delivering some sessions around it. So I will talk about that. And of course, then we'll be back to exam pattern and certification guides, which talks about how you can build your career uh, in AI, starting with AI 900, which is a fundamental course. So please feel free to write any questions in the chat window, small, big, tough, no problem. If I'm able to answer it, I would be able. I mean, I'll try my level best. In case I cannot, I will raise my hand and say I will not. So I'll be honest in answering the questions. Now, a little introduction about me. I've been certified trainer since 2005, and my introduction has been done, already done. But what is more important in my introduction part is this picture, a picture of mine I generated with the help of a prompt. So I wrote a prompt. Yeah, I mean, I can just start a camera to just show you how I look like. So this is how I look like. And but then uh, this is I generated with the help of a prompt, and then this prompt which I wrote, or a plain English, or let me just switch off my video. So the English which I wrote here was not at one go. We call it as prompt. uh, and this was like a interaction, a history was maintained, a dialogue was maintained when I spoke, or I wrote. uh, so they were like to and fro communication. I wrote my desire, and I did mention very crystal clear goal, that I am looking at a picture for my social media, and I love the place Seattle. I wanted little drizzling happening in the background. All that was taken care. A flag of Belgium also I asked, and it was all there. And this is what I love about it. And the tool I use is called copilot.microsoft.com. This is the AI tool I use. There would be many other tools you can use, but this is the tool I use because I work with Microsoft in a day-to-day basis. So I'm using this tool. And the point I want to tell you is that uh, I'm not very good in drawing. If you give me a pen and pen or pencil, and you give me a piece of paper and tell me to draw, I'm not good at. So what I liked about it, the Copilot or maybe AI, generative AI, is generating content for me. Is generating always generated new content. I put these things like change the logo to Apple, and that was also changed. So it was keep generating the content. So it helped me to upskill myself. It was not replacing me at all. So the places where I'm little weak, it's making me strong. And the places where I'm strong, probably it makes me the best. That's what I like about generative AI and the new AI which is coming. So like this, I loved it, and I'm sure there were a lot of other people who loved it. As a result, 3 months, Chat GTP, kind of an application on top of generative AI. Uh, I'm repeating it, ChatGTP, a application developed by OpenAI. ChatGTP is an application on top of OpenAI. That is nothing but generative AI. OpenAI is a company, and generative AI is the base. On that, they created the application, and that application got so much popular that within 3 months it reached 300 millions, which took 16 years for mobile phone. And so that's the power of uh, generative AI. And I want to talk about some landscape of AI or milestones of AI. Uh, this is where I want to talk about that. Maybe it all started in 56. I was not born, but 2011 and 16 was an year where AI started beating human being in the game of chess, or kind of chess called Go Champion, which is a board game. I don't know about this game. This is like a quiz program. So when you win the game in front of human being, you got to be better than the other human being. You have to think like human being, which is AI, and plus you have to be better in predicting. So when you play game like football, a goalkeeper hits on the right, thinking, striker hits on the right, thinking goalkeeper is going to jump on the left. So striker wins. If goalkeeper predicts that the ball is going to come on right and he jumps on right, then goalkeeper wins, or the team uh, on the goalkeeper side wins. So the battle of winning here is all predicting well. And I saw, or we saw, AI winning in prediction. AI was doing well in prediction era. But even my personal experience in 2014-15, when I started working with AI, I was not happy with the chat box. I was not happy with the applications where chat box was not able to understand what I'm talking. That gap, OpenAI company removed it with an example of ChatGTP application, which was made on GTP 3.5, I guess. And that was revolutionary. What it did, this yellow part, is where the in the way we interact with the machine became so simple. It became so simple. The way I talk to you, I talk to the machine. So the barrier between machine and human being removed of a communication, and that was badly needed, to be honest. So this is one milestone. Second milestone, according to me, very very important, called generative AI, and that is where enhancement happened on towards language natural language processing. And this is biggest turnaround. Then the today this year 2025 uh, is going to be about automation. It's going to be about agents. It's going to be about a human being doing some repeated jobs can be replaced by agents, and so that human being can think of constructive jobs. So all that, I mean, I can just put it in a not a good way, but like donkey work, repetitive tasks, you can put it and give it to the agents, and they will take care of it. That's where this would be the era of 2025, or this era would be all about automation, and agents will rule this place. Uh, the one more milestone, I don't know the year here, but suddenly this thing started that the model is given to you, both predictive models, the old model, and the generative AI. You can sit on top of the models and can, I mean, you get the model, you use it, but you don't train the model from scratch. So you take off from where the model is given to you. So pre-trained model, it means somebody spent invested billion parameters to train the model, billion dollars invested, created a model. You don't do that. You don't invest that much money and time, and you don't have that much data also, to be honest. So you take the model from where they left or where they gave you. So we use pre-trained model, and this is amazing. I mean, we use pre-trained model in old AI, and we use in generative AI. These are some yellow highlights, which I call it as major milestone. If you look at the landscape of AI, as far as Microsoft is concerned, the circle I have put is generative AI, which is where I was talking about prompt. This is where I use something to create my picture, uh, and it generated the image. And I'm not happy, then it will generate another image for me, and it is creative in nature. And it's not going to be. This is how it is different from the old AI. Old AI was more or less was towards prediction, and it was doing a good job. The only thing, this one brought revolution on natural language processing. This AI brought, or it opened the gate of communication between a human being and the machine. So overall, this is what the AI landscape looks like, and this one is a part of natural language processing. Then I think I can leave it. I don't want to go and read each words here. But obviously, if you're looking at doing some career planning, all this landscape should be covered. So I wanted to give you one thing very loud and clear, that generative AI is not the solution alone. You have to use it in combination with the old AI also. So this is how m- um, Microsoft also leveraged generative AI and created Copilot World. Uh, and the old AI is I put under the category called predictive AI. So you have AI on the top, that consists of predictive AI and it consists of generative AI. Microsoft capitalized on generative AI and created Copilot World, and that's about. And if I talk about the predictive AI, there are two components here. One is pre-built models, which you get it, and most of the things which you are seeing it were pre-built model. It means somebody has created the model and you're going to be reusing them, or you will start where they left. uh, and similarly here also is generative AI model. You will use what is given to you. Moving to the slide, back to that slide. So this part is pre-built model. This is also pre-built model. A little customization, we are doing it. Uh, and you are supposed to do the customization now. This one is a space, is a place where you create the model from scratch. So you bring your own data, which is pertaining to your organization requirement. I mean, this data can be different. Like if you want to predict a boy will pass or fail, and your passing marks is only 5% out of 100 marks. If you have that typical thing, normally it's 35% or 40% passing. So I'm just giving you an example. If you have your own requirements, then you have to go with your own model and customize it from scratch, and it has its own data to work with. This will hold true when you have machines and you have the machines data for like uh, for 5-10 years with you, and you want to work on that. So this is how the overall landscape look like. But now to make the whole thing little interesting and meaningful, I'm going with this circle area, which is called generative AI. So Microsoft took off on the generative AI and did what? This what I'm talking about, we'll talk about the use case also. We'll talk about how people are using it in the industry. So Microsoft took the generative AI, and that is called LLM, and combine that LLM with organizational data. So the organization data, you have it in the form of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, emails, calendars, team meetings, SharePoint, OneDrive. So all the organization data, they combined it. So they did a kind of a fusion between organization data and the LLM capability, this is generative AI. They did that, and they combined it. And when I'm talking about combining it, it means they took into consideration the security of the data also. Uh, and that was topmost priority. The data of organization should not get leaked. So they created various Copilot for Word, Copilot for PowerPoint, Copilot for Office 365 product overall, which works with Copilot apps. Uh, so they created series of uh, Copilot for Office 365. Similarly, they created Copilot for GitHub that was intended to help the developers, to help them in coding. So you just say, I don't know how to code. Please help me, give me a code in Python, uh, or this is my code, please improve it. And when you're saying this is my code, please improve it, you have to make sure that your code is not getting leaked into the market uh, and becoming an open source. So that all you have to take into consideration. Similarly, there is Copilot for Fabric. So everything came, and yes, you can customize this Copilot to some extent. For that, Microsoft gave you Copilot Studio also. So this is how uh, every everything got funnelized. Everything got. I mean, there was an opportunity with 300 million, 100 million users jumping on ChatGPT. So the momentum was on, or is on, uh, and Microsoft capitalized it by creating a pipe like Copilot series, and Microsoft was first to jump. Similarly, as an organization, all the organizations are also trying to make sure that uh, when the momentum is on, people have accepted ChatGPT because it is helping them to be productive. They are bringing their uh, uh, ChatGPT or more generative AI model into the office without getting approval. They are using that is we call it as bring your own models, and now it's a time for the organizations to make sure that they funnelize it or they capitalize on this opportunity and ride on it. And that and I want to move forward now into the slide. So now we're going to be having a mix of both. I'll talk about generative AI also. I'm going to be talking about the old AI also. Uh, and when you're doing AI 900, you have to do both the AIs together, So in the AI part, uh, out of various services I just showed you, one of the service we're discussing is called AI Vision, which is also part of AI 900 delivery. And this is where, we can analyze the image. If somebody has given you the images, you can pick up the image, you can analyze it. I worked with some project with somebody in Bahrain where satellite images were given to me. And those satellite images were of oil leak. They call it as oil sleek, and then I customize it. We train the model further so that we can detect whether there is an oil leak in a sea that is offshore, onshore. So, so uh, seeing the picture, taking a decision, or concluding something is what I call it as image analysis. And of course, you can do a lot of stuff. You can crop and create a thumbnail. You can remove the background as if you're working on a Photoshop. You can detect the object, whether there is apple, oranges, what all fruits are there in the tray. All that can be detected. You can give a tag. And I'm just moving forward. This is all pre-created model. We have to reuse them. Only thing is we have to further train them and customize it to your requirement. That's what I told about Bahrain and satellite pictures and oil leakage. So that have to be a little customized. That's what you have to do. Model is already there with you. You just take it further. And so people detection is also possible. Face detection would be possible. Now, this is coming with a star called face recognition, and that's what I like about it. AI, you have to, when you use AI, you have to be responsible. This API is not given directly by Microsoft now. It means taking a picture and recognizing this picture is XYZ person. That Microsoft has removed it from a privacy point of view. Uh, so there is responsible AI component, which also you have to take into consideration when you're creating AI solutions. Moving ahead in the image analysis only, that's what I talk about. Face recognition and uh, recognizing a same person is also possible. Moving ahead, uh, yeah, detecting a face. But now what we do, in place of giving a name or tagging a name to that person, we give a uh, ID at runtime. So you have come inside the gate. You will click the picture. You get a gate pass, but the name will not be associated with you. You get an anonymous ID, and this anonymous ID is going to be there in the memory of the system for 24 hours. And when you leave the gate, it'll go, and next day you come again, you'll get a fresh ID. So we never save your details now. So that is where detecting face and working, keeping responsible AI in mind. Yes, you can detect products, you can detect parts of automobile, you can detect fruits. That is called object detection. Uh, okay, and now just want to go do a little demo around it, and I will share this link in the chat window. Uh, I will just put it in the chat window to the operation team, and from there, probably for everyone, I can share it. Hopefully, it's gone. Let me know if you can see the link I gave you. So, little demo I want to do around this part. So, this is the URL I've shared it. This will give you an idea of kind of applications you can create. So I'm not sure why I'm not able to make it full screen. I'm making it by drag and drop. So you see image, this is about, I guess, detect. So if I put this skateboard, so it's going to be detecting the image and giving me a caption. Caption means summarizing and telling me what this picture is all about. So you can create some solutions around it, but obviously you have to train it little. Suppose I go here and click on this folder, and some pictures would be there with me, and I'm going to be using it. So if I take this picture, this is crazy picture of mine in my village, and let's see what it says. Ran- uh, uh, Rajveer, you can hear me? All good, correct? Just want to have a little check again. No, you're not around.
Yes, yes, you are
Okay, thank
audible.
you.
All is fine. Mhm.
Thank you so much. So, two men riding a cart with a cow. Not bad. I thought, to be honest, I thought it'll not give me a right one, or sometime. I mean, I wanted to bring an example where the model will break or model will not give me the output the way I wanted, and that's where customizing model starts. I'm not doing an example of how to customize it, but let me. I mean, I'm telling you that if this was not a cow recognized, it was recognized something as like something else, I don't know. But then I would have to go and take such pictures like 40, 50, and train the model. The model is given to me, further train it with those pictures and tag it and customize it to my requirement. And this is what I did with Bahrain uh, case of oil leakage. I hammered those pictures and tagged it and trained the model and said, this is not here, HAIR. This is a leak of a oil, sleek they call it. So good, it is a good picture. There's one more picture I can just go ahead and put it. Maybe this is where it may fail and it will not give me the correct caption. This is a picture of my family playing Holi. Holi is a festival, but that's where it break. It's not saying it's holy. A group of people with a colored powder, that's not. I mean, it's a festival, it's a big thing. Now, this is where it requires training. This is where. So, the point I want to say was, or highlight is, the models are there, but they will not fulfill your requirements. You have to go and train them further. How to train them? That's a different issue. That's something different. And there are other things also. This link I have given you, you can go to .com link. Just delete something and go to .com till .com, and you're going to see all the library, and you can see detect face. You can see other stuff also, and this is where add maybe the one extract information from the image. So if I have a invoice, it'll read it. This is big. And then if I click on my own picture, and I have my son long back, as a kid, he was playing golf, and yeah, the logo was bad, but still it could read that this is a Gulmohar Green where he's playing golf. So that's about. I just wanted to. This is like a OCR capability, but everywhere you'll have a feeling that I need to improve the model. That would be there, and that holds true with generative AI also. That I want to uh, uh, improve the model or customize the model to my requirement. That feeling would be there. So this was a good demo, a nice little demo to give you an idea. So I'm just closing this URL and going back to my presentation. So this was little demo around the real-time use cases to get the idea how we would be using it. Moving forward, uh, so out of those lists, I picked up only a computer vision and discussed. They could be text to speech, speech to text. There are many more models, which are there. We could have picked up and done some demo. Now I'm going particularly to one more old model, which is called NLP, natural language processing. This was always there, but this got improved in a in a next level. It has reached a next level with generative AI. So if people, or if you want to know what is generative AI falls under natural language processing. So natural language processing was all there. The model was there, would able to find out the key phrases in a sentence, could find out whether it's English or Japanese language. It can find out sentiment, what you are asking for. It can give me a link of having more information. So this was all capability of uh, uh, a, a a model called AI language services. So, and even it can do a detection of personal information. I mean, it's not coming to my head. It's like privacy thing, personal information like phone number, email address, that is PII detection now. And it can do a summarization also, entity linking, uh, uh, and then sentiment analysis. So this was all good, not bad. So when I used to create chat box in the past, and I'm talking about 2015, 16, so I have to really work on this area and keep training, and it looked like never ending, because it was still with this whatever I had uh, in the model, it was not covering all the area, because the nuances were different, the languages, cultures were different. Somebody will say fly two of us to London, and I have to understand he's saying 2 tickets to London. So I mean, how far I can go and work and train it. This was a problem. It looked like never ending. But then all of a sudden, uh, the thing came, was generative AI. So generative AI, which falls under natural language, came in, and I'm not saying it's replacing the old one, but it's a part of it. And now the trend have started in the natural language processing area, where I give the prompt, and this is where I don't have to train it. It's already pre-trained, and it covers all the culture, I mean, I hope you're getting what I'm saying. It'll understand if I'm saying Times, then the context it'll understand it's a Times of India or Times Magazine, or it's talking about Times Square. So the whole context, what you speak, what you talk in the prompt, that would be enough for it to understand, which was such a difficult task for me working in the past with just old way of uh, language. But today, the new way of language or language processing NLP, under that you have generative AI, the new things started coming, or new terminology started coming, is called prompt engineering. So how well you write this, it's not about, yes, your English should be a little good, or whatever you're asking, maybe in Arabic or whatever language, that should be a little good. You should be very clear in asking. So here I'm asking, give me a picture. This is what you get it. Somewhere I'm asking, give me a code, and it generates a code. It generates the picture. It works with summarization. You can just say, give me a story from here onwards, and it's going to give you a story. All you have to make sure your prompts, this is called prompt, is well structured. And if your prompts are poorly designed, you had it. Tell me about history, too vague a prompt. Explain the cause and effect of World War II in a clear and concise manner. Give me the details in only in 3 lines. Uh, and it is needed for my kid who can understand. Wonderful. You'll get an excellent output. So what it is happening right now, it is understanding my intended message. Maybe it is ignoring my spellings, mistakes. So this is where the NLP has come and evolved in the form of generative AI, that, and I want to go more, there is something called semantic meaning. It 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 gets into that. It adds this semantic meaning. If you see in the earlier slide, there was no semantic meaning or semantic component added in my presentation. Now I'm taking you to the working of semantic uh, analysis. So with semantic analysis, it understands what I'm asking, and I want to explain you that. So now, with the new AI, and particularly in the language direction, uh, the things are broken into token. So when you talk, listen to me carefully. When you talk, like when you put your prompt, when you put your, uh, we call it inferencing. When you put your prompt, I heard so all this will get numerically represented in the form of digit or number. And if I say 1238, 2 is like I heard a, and that is cat. I mean, basically somebody saying I heard a meow, but he's saying I heard a cat. And this is what I mean by semantic meaning. And when I'm asking this to the model is already trained with billion parameters, billion everything. So model is already trained, and in the past they have figured out through Wikipedia data and somewhere that cat and meow, they are together. They are similar meaning words. They are kept together. Bark is also there. dog, and skateboard is here. So this thing is again in the numeric form. The words, that's number one, and they are placed or they are positioned in a multi-dimensional, not even three-dimensional, multi-dimensional space. They are put together. As a result, uh, they understand that when I say I heard a cat, they know they're not going to be replying me with a bark word. They will say meow. Oh, we understand you heard a meow. That would be a reply. So these words are represented in the. This is called embedding. They are represented in a vector form and multi-dimensional vector form. So I'm not going more in detail or deep detail with mathematics. What goes, that's beyond my scope also. Just trying to explain you how the whole thing is working. And there's another point which is important to understand is called weight. So if I say I heard a dog as a vector, so that goes, I heard a dog, and then the reply would be bark only. So reply will be not cat. The reply would be not meow. It will be bark only when I do that. How this happens? Because there's something called weight. So the weight of bark with dog is more in learning. So it's something like, I'm just giving an example. If I say in uh, my Facebook account, or if I say in my social media that Prabjot is a CEO of Microsoft, but that's not having that much weight. The weight is towards Satya as a CEO of Microsoft. So weight matters a lot when the learning is happening, and based on the weight, the response also comes. And so it understands my intended message, ignores my grammar, ignores my some mistakes in asking grammar or spelling or something, and then it replies me back. That's the beauty about it. So there are two components when generative AI model work. One component is pre-trained model. So this is already done in the past. Model is already trained. A vectorization is done. Embedding is done. That's what vectorization is, like representing these words in a 3D space that is already created and kept. So when you put your prompt, you say when my dog was. So that's your inferencing. That's your prompt going here. And when it goes here, there's a train thing, and it goes and find out. Oh, when the dog was, they find out it's puppy, and then they reply you with a completion called puppy. And this is where we call it as chat completion or completion model. And the model which will break this thing is called embedding model. So there are many models. Embedding models does this job, and then when we use it, its completion chat completion model will come and it'll give me a relevant reply, and the reply which I'm expecting. So all you have to make sure to be very precise and honest. All you have to make sure your prompt is perfect. And there's one component in the prompt, very important, is called context. So just to give you a demo on the context, and I'm just going here. So context means I see bark and I heard bark. What a difference. So I'm going into my account now, and I'm opening an account which is copilot.microsoft.com, and that's called Copilot Chat. So I'm opening Copilot Chat. I don't know how many of you heard of this Copilot Chat. This is a way I interact with web and work in a secure way, and data is protected. So nothing is going to be getting leaked. And I did mention about importance of data to be protected. So I'm writing here. I see a. I've done this prompt earlier also. I see a bark in the garden. Give me a story from here, or maybe I'm saying I see a bark in the in garden. I see a bark in the garden. Please complete a story for me. So when I say I see a bark, let's see what output comes. So it talks about yeah, this is not the way. So now this is also great. Now it's coming puppy, which is wrong. I don't want it to a puppy. I see a bark. Okay, just want to pick up the correct prompt. And this is what prompt engineering is. So I see a bark in the garden, and uh, kindly create story for me in 10 lines. Let me try and just put this prompt. Or I should have created remove the history. So uh, yeah, I'm just removing the history and then putting it again. I see a bark. You're just realizing it. I'm struggling. And you're just seeing it. I'm struggling it. Uh, it means there's something called prompt engineering, which is not a small job. You have to put efforts. And when you get the right prompt and you get the right output, uh, that's where. So I don't see any dog here now. I see flowers because bark means it a branch, a tree or something. Okay, so bark big, yeah. So that's nice. Okay, I'm just giving you a example. And when I say I create a why I'm doing new, because I want to remove the history, because history is also part of my prompt. And I say I heard a bark and in the garden, give me a story. Now this could be where it should bring puppy or dog or whatever, that it will bring, so your word matters a lot when uh, uh, doggy ears. Okay, so your word matters a lot to set the context. And I'm just going back here. So this is what I wanted to say in a very simple way. uh, Prompt engineering is not a small job. When you like the prompt, you would like to save it and you can share it with your friends. There could be sequence of the prompts. You share it for a corporate job. So I'm doing some work for document intelligence for a company in Germany. And there, it took me 15 days to get the right prompts. And then it is there, So the new AI, or the skill which is required in the AI to work in coming days, is going to be prompt engineering. And prompt engineering means your prompt, which is user input, grounding of data. I want to give you another example. Suppose I'm in a Word document or I'm in a PowerPoint, and I say I need a presentation to be created for in 3 slides only, and it's for my boss. And please refer to the documents which are kept in SharePoint, and those documents are kept in SharePoint, or it is kept in my computer, or it is kept in this place. So you give 3 documents attached in the prompt. So your prompt is not complete. Your prompt includes grounding of data. It Data will also come from different location. Then history is also maintained in the communication. You never get the output in one go. This part is called history. That is also part of your prompt. And then there is a system prompt. I'm standing in Word or PowerPoint documentation. I'm inside PowerPoint. It means I'm expecting this model to behave as a PowerPoint expert. There's no word called PowerPoint expert, but you are getting it, what I'm saying. So PowerPoint expert is what I expect from the model. So system prompt, chat history, grounding data, and user prompt are the component of the prompt. And a little example to just to put whole thing together. So we want to put the whole learning together, and this is how we interact with the new AI. And in this new learning together is, suppose you put a prompt. I'm just giving an example. Same example, you are in PowerPoint and you're putting a request. Please go and give me go and give me three slides, only 3 slides, but refer to Wikipedia link, refer to uh, 4 or 5 page document in my organization. And I want you to create the presentation for my boss, who is financially, or financial background is very strong, but technical is weak. So give me presentation of competitive analysis, more tilted towards finance oriented. So you got your complex input, and that is not complete. So this will get broken into pieces. Vectorization will happen, tokenization. Remember, all that will happen because your billing is also done on tokens, how much tokens you're using it. So this model of generative AI will come, is called embedding. That process will happen. And your data, so there will be an orchestration engine, or there'll be a brain that will automatically train, or I create a brain in a solution that takes, or already the brain is given by Copilot, Office 365, that will go and take my data. And this is where old AI coming, called AI search. So old AI is coming. I told you, old AI and the new AI work together. So old AI will be used, and it will it will have all the data, uh, access available in the form of, suppose it's a corporate data, then Microsoft Graph is an application which will give me an access to the OneDrive or SharePoint. in a secured way, or it's Wikipedia in a secured way. I want to go to the Wikipedia. I don't want to leak any of the information. Uh, Without that, I go and get research done from Wikipedia and bring some data which is kept in Word document in a SharePoint, and that file that's called RAG, and that will come here. So it means my prompt is growing, is getting bigger, and this prompt is bigger, and that will go for completion. This is another. This is embedding model of your generative AI. This is a model which is called completion, and it'll come here. Maybe I've asked in the prompt that I want even the flight details of all the flights which have landed on time or not on time today, or so it means I'm asking for something which is live data, and the data is not with us. So we have a feature called calling function, calling plugins, agents. You must have heard of these words. So you go and get those skills, or maybe I have to get the booking done. So it'll go ahead and do the booking and then give you the reply, and it will say something to you as a response. So something which is available, great. If something which is not available, you go out and take the help of the agent. So this is actually putting everything together, uh, and and you just saw new AI, that is generative AI, old AI called AI search. Just a beautiful example to talk about that all the AIs work together. So and your prompt is nothing but uh, grounding data. This is the grounding part. System prompt, it means I'm saying I want presentation. That system prompt. Chat history, communication never goes in one go. There will be to and fro communication, and that would be maintained in the history. That will also give the context to the whole communication. And then grounding of a data, I've already spoken about it. So now you got the idea, what is old AI, what is new AI or generative AI, how they work together. And I'm just looking at the time also and just want to go forward now. So this is one thing I've created at my end, and I always talk about it because there was a lot of confusion in my participants. They always used to think the new AI, which is generative AI, is going to be taking over the old AI. I don't think so at all. Not at all. I mean, 100% not at all. So there is a predictive AI and generative AI. Both world is there here, and I just want to tell you what is predictive AI. There are old AI like vision, recognizing a picture, and all this is a part of predictive AI. This AI is not generating new content. This is like something like I'm asking what is the temperature tomorrow, and it should predict me the right temperature. I don't want any other answer. That is not the case with the generative AI. Generative AI always give you new answer. They generate output. So at times you want that. You want your emails to be generated such a way that it stands out. You want advertisement to stand out. You don't want the same advertisement which you release it yeah, last year. You want a different one, or probably you want an advertisement which is very different. So creativity is required. So there is a need for this also, which is called generative AI. And there's a need of perfection also, which we have it. So old AI will be there. And then there is one more, creating your own model from scratch. Suppose you are at the airport, and at the airport, you want to predict that there is a carousel belt. There is a place where you put your luggage and it moves. That belt, you want to predict if it's breakdown in next 10 days or in 5 days or next tomorrow. That will be only possible if you have all the data with you, its lubricant oil, its behavior, servicing when it was done. And based on that, your old working, you will create your own model. And this model, obviously, it is more to do with your machine, it is running in your organization. So custom model will be there. Generative AI is not a solution for here. Even the pre-created models are not. So you have to create the model from scratch on your own. So this will also live. It's called machine learning area, data scientist area. This is where data engineers comes, where model is already created. You fine tune the model for your requirement. And then generative AI is another area which is coming up. And generative AI, if you see, there is OpenAI, there is Mistral. I'm doing a project where I'm using Mistral, and I'm working on Microsoft product only, that is AI Foundry. And there I see various models available, Llama, So it's not just OpenAI, which is the only generative model, but there are many other generative model. We have it, a generative AI model, which you have to work. AI agents will be there, where you will, the way Microsoft created Copilot for Word, you will create your own products like that, and we call them as agents, which will do a particular job or particular task. That's how it would be. So if I talk about the airport, I want to talk about where this will come. Suppose at the airport, I have a scenario where somebody comes at the reception or comes at the counter of the airport and say, I want the information to stay in Qatar on a visitor visa for 2 days now. I'm getting the visa at the airport for 2 days. So on arrival, and I'm looking at a hotel which is red in color, the hotel where there's only veg, and there's hotel where there's no disco, and the budget is only $2 or $20 or something like that, $200. So and then I have a father with me who cannot walk, but then suggests us some places where we can go. But then the walk he cannot walk much. So look into that consideration and suggest us the itinerary. Now that's confusing. That's something a lady cannot handle it. So you'll put generative AI for that. So it understands my language. It replies me back. I'm talking about some use cases, and I'm keeping airport in mind. And then uh, where Copilot will come and help you, there are various Copilot. Copilot can help you create. You might say that I don't know how to create the application on computer vision. So you can go to Copilot in GitHub and say, please give me the code, and it will give you the code in Python to create an application which uses AI vision. That can be done easily. You can create your custom agents from scratch. It means you create something like Copilot for Word for yourself, for your working, bring automation. And so you will, this is little advanced level. We call it agents, agentic world, agent level. This is advanced. But I wanted to give you the picture very clear. Old AI, new AI, all work together. So you cannot have a solution at the airport without computer vision, without creating your own models. You need to have chat system also there at the airport. You want some creativity. Maybe you want to create an ads also at the airport, or you want to create some uh, posters at the airport, and you can create various agents where a lot of stuff, a lot of activity can be automated. So, and then I want to give you another example here, where I want to give you an idea that where in real time, this is what I want to share with everybody. This is a link from Microsoft where the product is ready and how effectively we use generative AI. So just going here and opening this URL. This is going to be interesting. I'm not going to take much time. So I open this, and this is where there are use cases like executive use case, salesperson. Imagine you are a salesperson here, and I'm going to click on the salesperson. And the link I've given you, it means you can follow this and have an idea. So I'm not reading everything, but this is very clear that you are a VP of a company and you want to do a research. You want to talk about automotive mobile industry, and so I will just do one more thing. I will go here into uh, my I mean, this should have been there actually. Let me just go ahead and check it. I, yeah, it's there. So it is open. This is like, I already have this product called Copilot, which is made on top of generative AI. The whole idea is to show you the real time use cases. So I just go here, double click, and say new chat, and I copy this. So little research, I want to do it. At the same time, I want the safety of my organization. This is my email address. The safety of the organization, the data is not leaked to the internet. And I'm saying I'm a VP and I want market research on competitive size, competition, trend, So this is where I go and do web grounded prompts and get the details. So I'm getting some details around from the I should have specified the country name also to get more about more specific prompt. But I'm getting information, market size, trend, regulation, and maybe I'll say, can you make it? Can you make it make it for me in table format. And this will convert into table format also. And the other thing which I can do right now, there are two things I can do. I can just go here and attach a file. So just want to make it full screen. I can go here and attach a file which which I don't have it, but I can attach a file and say, this is our marketing plan in the company. Please compare with that and give me the output of this. So, or give me a suggestion. Are we doing in the right, going in the right direction, or give me a suggestion how we launch ourselves? Or I can go here and go to the OneDrives and pick up the files and say, suggest me this and this, you compare. So I just have to say, select this and give some details here, which I'm not doing it right now. But this is beautiful. So I can bring my organization data. I can have a web in a secured way. The other thing which I want to talk about it is I want to finish it in 5 minutes. There is one more thing I can do here is click on this page and then it means whatever chat details I got it, I can copy this detail and put it, copy the link here. I just want to tell you how people are using copilots or how they are using generative AI. So I copy the link, okay, of this. I'm just clicking on it, and so whatever outcome I got it, I can take it and share it with colleague of mine. So the colleague here is Jagjot, and I'm just logging with the colleague. He is in the same company, and I give him the URL, and I give him this URL and press enter, and then he will see the same output, and he can collaborate and work with me. So can you make it for me? And he'll say like, uh, or maybe target audience spelling mistake. He's improving it, and this is where it'll say that somebody changed it. So uh, maybe I remove this, and you're seeing this got removed here. So there's a collaboration I can share with a lot of people and work. So that's one. And then obviously, if you look at these exercises, I'm supposed to go to Copilot loop and put the prompt here. Can open in Word. So these are some applications on which I can use these Copilot. So I can go into the Word and work. If I can go into the PowerPoint, and this is the last thing I'm talking about as far as demo is concerned. Uh, I go into the PowerPoint and can say, just give me a presentation from a file, and that file I can bring it from SharePoint or I can bring it from. So I'm just taking full screen here and going here and clicking uh, on the, yeah, it's taking create a presentation with a file. So I just go here, create a presentation with a file is also, but then this is not the one I was expecting it. Just give me a moment. I'm looking for the icon of Copilot here. Yeah, it's here. And little patience is required. Uh, and then I click on create a presentation from a file. And this file, I want to bring it from maybe add, add an attachment and file. And I bring it the file uh, from say uh, OneDrive, and it's going to create the slides for me. And then again, I can ask questions around it. Can you can you have question answer created for me? All that. So the slides got created, and then maybe the document was very small. So as a result, we got small slides only, which got created. So like this, these link which I gave you will give you idea about the use cases in the industry now. Just want to rush and conclude the whole thing without any further delay. Uh, and let me just run fast. So when I talk about you preparing for AI fundamental, you have to look at generative AI. Uh, this part, you have to look at old AI services. You have to look at ML, which is like you creating your own model from scratch. All that would be covered in AI fundamental. But the exam and then the preparation won't be that difficult. It's more from a concept point of view. It's not going to be tough. And there are various certifications in the, this is just a beginning, which is called uh, data and AI area it should be. So it's a wrong print screens. I have it. Just looking for the URL, and I want to paste this URL again in the chat window. I'm so sorry, the print screen is wrong. I'm just opening it here, the correct one, and you see the new look and feel. I'm just pasting it here, and that will have uh, data and AI, and this is where your career should be. A little zoom here. So you're starting from this, and then there are a lot of courses on, and this should be your AI 102 course later on. You have data science course where you create your own model with ML. This is where you go more detail in Gen AI, but this is where you begin actually. So when you begin, obviously the beginning part is not going to be that deep technical. It would be uh, it would be relatively easy. So, and I let me just move ahead. So obviously, this is what I just mentioned about it. After this AI 900, you should go more advanced and do generative AI also. This also, and then the last thing I want to talk about it. There's some research you can find out, and you can Google and put it in Google Word Trend Index Annual. So there's a research from Microsoft and LinkedIn, and they have come with a conclusion that uh, people are already using AI at work, uh, and 75% are already using it. It means there is a little risk about security of data security because they're bringing their own model. Now, companies will gear up. They will make sure that they channelize this uh, momentum and achieve return on investment, buy licenses, work in that direction, educate them, and at the same time put a ban on bring your own model. So, and then this is also from the LinkedIn area that and the research from Microsoft. This is alarming and good that leaders would not hire somebody without AI skill. Uh, Leaders says earlier in career talent will get greater responsibility due to AI. And this is big one. Leaders are more likely to hire a less experienced candidate with AI skill than more experience without them. And of course, the people who are already in your organization, they have to be trained also. So that also is there. So with this, I just want to open the floor for question answers. Uh, I I think actually I was supposed to finish it 10 minutes before so that I can have some room for question answer, but somehow I just ended the whole thing at uh, on time. So there's no time for questions, but you're most welcome to put the questions for me, and I'll just see. Rajveer, can you help me with the questions or something which are
All
there
right.
in the chat
Yes.
window,
Yes. Yes.
if there are
Uh,
any?
Yes, thank you, Prabjot, for the great presentation and your valuable information. Now I request to the audience, please pop in your questions. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Our instructor, Prabjot, will answer with all questions. Let me see, we
Surprisingly,
have,
not a single question.
yeah,
I hope you enjoyed the session, all of you. Any
okay,
questions?
no problem. We'll give some more time. Let us know if anyone have any question.
Karthik, Milani, Iman, Imam, anybody? Any questions? Ahmed, no?
All right. I think we are done up with the questions. If anyone have any question, you can reach us on the email. We will reach you back with all the details. Thank you, Prabjot. We have done up with the questions. And again, thank you for your time today. I have a special offer announcement. We are running a special offer on Microsoft Azure AI Fundamental course and also on few more courses. This is the industries have a big discount. It is the premium discount. To know more, you can visit on our website. Me and my team will also send you the email. You can reply us back. If in case you have any friend or colleague looking for the training, you can also suggest them. I have also added my LinkedIn profile and company details. If anyone want to know more, can connect with me directly. So when it comes on upskilling and reskilling, CCS Learning Academy is designed to be your organization's secret weapon. Our network of talented and passionate professional instructors are ready and waiting to work directly with you and your team. If you are new to IT or seasoned professional, we offer a wide range of courses for your needs. If you need more information, please contact us. On behalf of CCS and our instructor Prabjot, we would like to thank you for your attention on this important training session today. Hope you enjoyed the session. Looking forward to you all for joining our future webinars. Stay safe out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you for finding out time uh, and attending the session. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.